Hey you guys, it's your girl T, and I want to go ahead and shout out John Jackson on Facebook. John sent me this crazy stories about some gay drama that's going on. So what happened is that there's an 18-year-old man, his name is Tarence Mitchell. And Tarence Mitchell was in a 2-year relationship with an older gay man named Ronald Taylor. Ronald Taylor is 27 years old. Him and Tarence have been dating since Tarence was 16. So what happened is that Ronald was getting jealous because Tarence was starting to talk to girls and text messaging girls. He took a picture of Tarence, he posted it on Facebook, and basically said that this is Bloomfield High's first openly gay male. And so when Tarence saw that on Facebook, he was upset. He told him to take it down. Ronald eventually took down the picture, and then he went over to Tarence's house. So when he got to Tarence's house, he punched the boy in the face. Tarence ran back in the house. He grabbed a steak knife. He proceeded to chase Ronald, and he ended up stabbing Ronald to death. I'm going to go ahead and play you guys a news clip, and I will come back with the rest of my commentary.
A Bloomfield football star is behind bars tonight.
18-year-old Tarence Mitchell is accused of murdering a 27-year-old man who he may have been in a relationship with.
Fox Connecticut's Crystal Hall joins us live now from Bloomfield High School with more on this investigation. Crystal.
Brenton Allison Tarence Mitchell was the captain of the football team. His name was even on tonight's program for the game, but he will not be joining his teammates anytime soon. These court documents reveal what happened last night that led to the death of one man and the relationship the two may have been in. On this Friday night, 18-year-old Tarence Mitchell, captain of the Bloomfield football team, should have been joining his teammates on the field. Instead, he's locked up behind bars, accused of stabbing a man to death.
Right now, it's just like unreal for everybody.
From what I heard about him, I heard that he was like a nice guy from some people, and then I heard like he was like okay. It's like he said, she said, basically.
Police were called to Mitchell's home on Farm Hill Road in Bloomfield late last night. When they arrived, 27-year-old Ronald Taylor, known as City, was stabbed to death. Court documents reveal Mitchell initially lied to police about stabbing Taylor, but later admitted to doing so 5 times. Mitchell's grandmother, Gilda Johnson, says her heart goes out to all involved.
I'm sorry for him and his family. I'm sorry for my grandson and for the rest of us.
Mitchell tells police the two had been in a sexual relationship for about 2 years and often smoked marijuana and drank alcohol at Taylor's home. About 3 weeks ago, Taylor posted a picture of Mitchell on Facebook with the caption, "Bloomfield gay football player." It was taken down after a few hours. The 18-year-old tells police that Taylor threatened to post it again if he tried to end the relationship.
I knew nothing about that. All that I knew is that they were friends.
Mitchell tells police the knife came out Thursday night after an argument between the two men inside Taylor's car. Mitchell claims Taylor punched him first. The one-star football player, known by his coach as, quote, a great kid, now charged with murder. We did reach out to Taylor's family, but they did not want to speak on camera. Mitchell is being held on a $1 million bond.
Okay, so you guys just watched a news clip, and this whole situation is just really, really sad and tragic. You know, this just goes to show you that whatever's done in the dark will come out to the light. This dude was on the DL. He was a young man. But to me, it almost sounds like because his lover was so much older than him, it almost sounds like he was just sexually grooming this young boy. He was giving the young boy weed, alcohol, and he eventually, turned him out. And I just feel like if you're going to date somebody who's openly gay, it's only a matter of time before that person ends up exposing you. You can't be in a relationship with somebody who's openly gay and you're on the DL. That never works. Either both of y'all are in the closet and y'all creeping, or both of y'all are open. One can't be open and one still be in the closet. That's not going to work. I do feel like this older man, Tarence, brought a lot of this on himself, and it's not for me to blame the victim because no one deserves to lose their life in such a manner. But you're a 27-year-old man. Okay, so when he started this relationship, he was 25. So he knew damn well at 25 he had no business messing with a 16-year-old, providing a 16-year-old alcohol, weed, or any of that mess. Then on top of that, you try to embarrass this young man by putting his business on Facebook for the world to see. After you do that, you go to his house, uninvited, unannounced, and you go to attack him. And then the young boy defends himself by stabbing him. Now he's looking at manslaughter, and he's definitely looking at time in jail. He literally threw his whole football career, his whole life away because of someone who in the end wasn't worth it. I think Tarence should have just been honest with himself, but I understand being a football player, being a jock, and being gay doesn't necessarily go hand in hand. There's such a stigma in this world for people who are gay that I understand why people, especially if you're in sports and you're playing football, want to remain in the closet. They want to keep their private affairs private, you know, but him putting the information on Facebook, him coming to the house, I do feel like the victim does bear some of the blame. He had no business, one, messing with the child. Two, he had no business putting that child on blast. Three, he also had no business going to his house. But at the end of the day, Tarence made some horrible decisions. One, he needed to be open with himself. But two, you can't take somebody's life because they put you on blast on Facebook. This young man, from what I've heard, he was a good kid. He had good grades. He was a great football player, great captain of the football team. He has no criminal history. And now he's looking at having his whole life potentially ruined because of this whole situation. So there's no winners in this case. You know, you have one man who's dead. You have another man who's looking at time in prison now, who's lost everything. His own grandmother didn't even know he was gay. He thought that this man was his son, was her grandson's friend. You know, and it's sad. That's why a lot of us, we have to stay on top of our sons, because you have a lot of men out here who do groom little young boys. You know, who do find young boys attractive, and they will groom them and turn them out. You know, that's why I say as parents that we have to be mindful of who our children are around. At 16 years old, he shouldn't be around no grown man like that 24/7. You know, was he part of the football team? Was he a coach? No. So there's no reason for a 25-year-old and a 16-year-old to be that damn close. You know, so I wish that a lot of folks would have looked at more signs of this relationship, and just, instead of thinking it was just a big brother relationship, you know, realizing that some of these guys out here are predators, not because they're gay, but just because they have predator mentalities. You know, this would be no different than if this was a 27-year-old man who had been grooming and sleeping with a girl who was 16. So, you know, if we reverse the roles, no one would be making excuses. What he did was wrong. He was messing with a child underage, and he had no business doing that. So anyways, let me know what you guys think about this entire story. The whole situation is just sad. No one wins in this story. Somebody has lost their life. This young man is forever changed. So let me know your thoughts. All right. Deuces.